Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. It's another week of fact sheets. This is fact sheet week number 8. We will continue to get these every Friday until probably the Friday right before release or the Friday before that one. So we'll keep getting these for a while. We're going to jump into these in just a second. If you guys have not pre-ordered the game yet, make sure you guys do so. Down below in the description, you can pre-order it and get the Macdon bonus, which you've been seeing a trailer for that on your screen. And I'll probably play the New Holland trailer after that while I chat here. But anyhow, you can get the Macdon bonus pack if you pre-order it. You get that for free. It'll probably be available for purchase after the game releases. And I know some of you guys are waiting to see a little bit more about the game, so feel free to wait up until right before it releases to pre-order it if you want to get that bonus, or just wait until after it releases if you really don't. If you really don't trust it, feel free to do that, and then you can see how it goes, or wait, or do whatever you want to do. But anyhow, let's go ahead and jump into the fact sheets for this week. So for fact sheet number 1, we have the Grimmy Matrix 1800. This is a planter. It's $81,000 to buy. It requires 170 horsepower to run. It holds 1,800 liters of seed. It weighs 2.8 tons and has a working width of 8.1 meters, which is pretty wide, actually, so decent width there. This will work at 12 kilometers per hour or 7 miles per hour and only holds seed, so it's not going to fertilize as well for you, but still pretty cool. Now, it's a very specialized planter in terms of it will only plant canola and sugar beets, as you can see those icons down there in the bottom left-hand corner, but still very cool to see this piece of equipment out and about there. As we move on here, we have a couple pieces of equipment here, actually. I want to focus on the tractor first. So the tractor pulling this is the one that's on the bottom, actually, the fact sheet. That's the Sammy Virtus 135 RV Shift. That is, again, a tractor, $103,500 to buy. So more in the starting range, probably a small tractor at that. It does have 143 horsepower, so a fair amount of horsepower. It does have a power shift transmission, holds 160 liters of fuel, and it will drive at 50 kilometers per hour or 31 miles per hour. So a decent speed for how small it is. And it does weigh 5.5 tons. So it also has a fair amount of weight behind it to be able to do work and stuff like that and actually hold implements. Now, the mower behind it here is the CLAAS, which we have those in FS22, but we have to take a look at this one here. This is the CLAAS XT390. It's definitely an entry-level mower. It only costs $16,500 to buy, so not too bad. Requires 100 horsepower to run, so easy for the Sammy to do that. Weighs 1.3 tons, has a working width of 3.9 meters, which isn't too bad for a starting mower, and it will run at 22 kilometers per hour or 13 miles per hour. So it mows at a fair lick there. It'll get up and go and get some good mowing done for you. So it's perfect for that. Now, if we move on to kind of some more of the exciting ones, I would say. This one here, we have the CLAAS Xerion 12, big old, kind of like the big old quad track for the CLAAS. It's basically the CLAAS equivalent of the Case quad track. So there you have it. But it is a large tractor, $565,000 to buy. Has a variable CVT transmission and has 585 horsepower, which is a lot, nowhere near what the new Case quad track has, though. It does weigh 26 tons. So it's quite heavy. Holds 1,400 liters of fuel, which, again, it's going to burn through that at a fair rate. Now, again, it'll last a while for you to refill it. I'm not going to say it's going to keep going empty on you, but the reason it has so much fuel in the tank there for larger tractors like this, as you can imagine, is those bigger engines do require more fuel than the smaller ones. And it does drive at 50 kilometers per hour or 31 miles per hour, which is actually, to be fair to it, fairly fast for a quad track. I believe the Case quad track only goes about 20 miles per hour or 24 miles per hour, somewhere in there. But definitely not as fast as this guy, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that. Feel free to correct me down in the comments. I'm sure you will if I am, but that's my understanding there. Now, if we move on here, this, I believe, is a new brand. I believe, I can't remember having, maybe we have had this, but this is the Reither Fasenbach, which I'm probably saying that completely wrong, so don't judge me too hard on that. The first thing we have up here is the actual truck itself, which is at the front. So that's the tree log transporter, the FH16RUL HKR. It's going to cost you $221,000 to buy. It has between 600 and 780 horsepower, which is perfect for those crazy logging roads. A ton of horsepower on that. Absolute ton. That is a lot. That is just a ton of horsepower. Has a power shift transmission. It holds 755 liters of fuel. It'll drive at 90 kilometers per hour or 55 miles per hour and weighs 15 tons. Then on the back end of it, we have the Reitler Fasenbach RUH327, which is simply a tree log transporter trailer, $68,000 to buy and weighs 4.7 tons. Now, one of the cool things about this photo here, if we take a look, as we get, obviously the truck has a crane on it, so you can see that in the photo. But the log textures look very interesting. It almost looks like it's a new type of log that we don't have. What kind of tree do you guys think this came off of? I'm kind of curious. And it looks like, if you look at the edges of it, it looks like you can almost see the rings with a lot more detail on the edges of the tree. So it looks like the logging itself looks a lot cleaner in terms of that. Obviously, you can also run the crane, so you have the guy sitting up in there running it, which is pretty cool. And yeah, hopefully the crane mechanics and all that stuff work a little bit better and are easier to use. But only time will tell in terms of that. But anyhow, guys, that's what I got for you for this week. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.